Today, we want to talk about the recent WAEC result we come out for the one that we take the senior secondary school examination, where they call WASSCE. That's alone. We learn say over 90% of the picking them will take the examination, then fail. What make them fail? Because they not pass. What make them pass? What make the one that we pass, and the one that we fail? We can't determine. But one thing we know, people them, we neighbor them, now the neighboring countries them, back in the days, them be only kind of salon for can learn book. But now, this now waiting we get for show to the world. Say we picking them within our country, then they take examination and over 90% of them fail. Who say we go wrong? Na teacher? Na school picking? Na the parents them? Na the system? Where did we go wrong? Who say we miss some? Na today happen? Na 10 years ago? Na 20 years ago? Na the start of 6334? Who say we miss some? Where we begin go down the drain till we don't reach to this level now. If we want to say we want to go 5 years back, make we go take the one them way we don't sit this particular examination 5, 10, 15 years, make them can't take them back. Whose kind of failure we go get? We go get pass mark, or we go get more failure? I want to bring in the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary School, Alpha Usman Timbo, and Mr. Mew. I believe so when I say Mr. Mew, if you they follow Sierra Leone education, you go definitely say yes, you sabi that name there. Well, they be did 98.1 this morning. And certain things then come on do, we begin for learn by this particular interview. Where we even learn say Sierra Leone, the senior secondary school, not get syllabus. We not get syllabus. And say an exam paper. Based on exam paper and the teachers then they teach. So if we want all one green side itself, who are we going to blame? We are not going to relent. Nadande the minister tell we. And in Glady way he talk with the president, he tell him all the good thing them way he tell him he go do inside the free and quality education. You don't learn beaucoup in them where you know be no say they happen inside salon educational system. After you listen to this, before we play this, maybe you be get a different thought. After you don't listen to Mr. Mew and the minister, you share the same thought, or you get a different perspective now of what you think really happen inside this exposure where we get. For say, over 90% of the school picking them we take exam fail. Why they not go fail if we not get syllabus? But make a Hollande and bring Usman Toli on board, make he can analyze for we what in things say really happen. Yes, Usman Toli, you get the platform, sir.
Oh, thank you very much, Triple A. And I take this opportunity to thank all the listeners then, and also to Mr. Mew and the Minister for Senior Secondary School. We don't listen to all the analysis. So it left to we now for law we set the stage and then ask yourself questions then. What I will do here today, I will just set the stage by summarizing all within the don't put on a table. And from there, I get 3 critical questions then where I want law we debate on, based on within the non-tell we saw today. 3 important questions then, where we all go help for try for break these questions then down and see who side the problem there or who side the achievement arise. So quickly, Mr. Mew, just echo, or the minister just echo exactly what Mr. Mew say in terms of the problems them we the educational system they face in the country. One of the important points then where Mr. Sylvester Mew put, he say the country no get a teaching syllabus. Very important. Very, very important. A teaching syllabus is important because now is set the standard and the subject that when they teach in a school for see if the beginner reach the standard where they're supposed to reach by every subject. So if that teaching syllabus is missing, you know, we can therefore ask the question, where is the quality? Yeah? And also one of the points where they highlight and say they not get what we call now a lesson plan. We call I say the teachers are not they prepare notes for lesson. In that country, we call it a lesson plan. Well, a lesson plan now it is that way it prepare for the particular lesson where they will teach. It tell you in terms of differentiation, you know, what you go do for the different learners then, in terms of abilities, in terms of disability, in terms of the learning style, whether, you know, the lesson plan for the, you know, so if a teacher appear in a classroom and not get a teaching note and column or a lesson plan, I don't know how they will able to achieve the objective. So now one of the problems Sunday we the highlight, and it's also unfortunate that they rely on examination syllabus. Examination syllabus is only limited to certain aspects of the exam. You see, this is why we students in a salon they don't become narrow-minded, you know, because they're not able to broaden in thinking, because they're all just focused on the syllabus. It's all about the examination syllabus, yeah. And suppose you know you only concentrate on the examination syllabus, and when you reach at the exam hall, the question will expect it changes. Then you're not able to adjust your thinking because it's all focused on the examination syllabus. I think that's the crucial part of the classroom when they try to talk about. But the important things again, where I highlight both Mr. Mew, Sylvester Mew, and the minister himself, which is also important, is about inspection. We will be going there conventional days them. We don't say we'll be get inspectors then the kind of school or can observe certain things them, what they were missing for advise the school and then try to ensure they put those procedures in place. And in that country, like in England, also we get what we call Ofsted. You know, once on a while, then they kind of school them. You know, they inspect you, then they grade you. You know, I think therefore try for enhance this sort of facility and then school them. I think both of them, they echo that. And the other factor also where they also come into common ground between the minister and Mr. Mew is that they say the teaching, I think the staff, the staff, they're not with sufficient staff. The reality is they not approve so many schools for take the WASSCE exam. But the trouble is they don't get enough staff. They don't get enough staff for ensure that they cover these approved schools. So it could be, arguably, the reason why they suffer this sort of failure now all the various schools then. And also, we all know that country, one of them, you get forget a PGC or a teaching qualification before, especially in the subject where you teach, before you become a qualified teacher, before you become a qualified teacher. But if you're not a teacher, get that teaching qualification, get the skills, it's possible that there will be a failure in the system. I think now also one of the factors them where they highlight. Most of the things them actually then don't echo them widely, right? The question I want to ask is where I want to put on this table and always too much time is this. Okay, we know say the free quality secondary education, school education based on 6 components. Yeah, and one of these components talk about quality and relevance. The question where I will pose to the minister is, you talk about quality. First of all, I believe say the lack sequence. What I mean by lack sequence, things like the national curriculum, we then call the syllabus, the teaching syllabus. I think it's paramount. Very, very important. We just walk in a classroom, get any principle, any guide. I think that should have been the first thing first. Say, look, for ensure we get the quality we want, we get for make sure we get that teaching syllabus, the national curriculum, I believe. Therefore, don't get that first. So, what is the quality when the standard, where they want the picking and reach, they don't get that teaching syllabus thing. So, where is the quality going to come from? That's not the first question we are asked. Yeah? Then the second question where I want to ask is this. Can we say, because they don't block these malpractices, these leakages, irresponsible for the failure, for this big, massive failure at the school? I want to think about this. Because we all know a lot of malpractices may take place, and as recently as this exam where they take, you see, the students they even go to the point of demonstrating because they're not being able to get what they want in terms of examination leakages. The government will not block a lot of these leakages. So we want to argue, he said, because, they don't block all these malpractices, now make the number of passes go down exponentially. One can argue so. And then finally, the other question where I want to ask, if you say you want for improve the quality of education, right? First of all, why you not try to ensure that the things that when you get for put first, you put them first? Yeah? For example, let's say the Teaching Service Commission. Very important. The Teaching Service Commission now is responsible for recruit. They're responsible for transfer. You get other functions them were very paramount. Now then they try for make the Teaching Service Commission functional. I think say from day one, arguably, yeah. I feel say from day one, the Teaching Service Commission is an important component of the educational system. To me, I believe, say, to a very large extent, that will have been paramount, because if this commission is irresponsible to ensure that recruitment, things like recruitment, the transfer of teachers, and, make sure it is in place. As we say from day one, then for don't make sure it is in place. So to me, critically, I think they lack sequencing to a very large extent. However, the free quality secondary education it happened, with some areas for improvement, then you try, but some areas get for improve, especially those areas them where I don't highlight, but they still get some improvement for make, especially in terms of, and therefore try immediately for set up a teaching syllabus, the national curriculum, and ensure the inspection wouldn't talk. Because, to be honest, inspection will get a lot of advantages, especially in a country like Sierra Leone. One, it helps for monitor the situation. Enforcement is important. It helps for motivational aspect. So some teachers, the way you go, you tell them, say, you do well now, yeah, you do well now, yeah. It give that intrinsic motivation. Yeah. And then, lesson planning and observation. Then country where they teach, maybe every 1 or 2 months, where they teach, and they go observe you, and they do observation. Then they give a record of which side you did for improve. So I think, say, they never try for implement similar strategies in the educational system salon. But overall, they try. But still, long way for improve. So I will stop here. Like this chance to other listeners.
Before you go, just a quick one. Because when you listen to the conversation between the minister and Mr. Mew and everybody in the studio, you go find out, say, they not dwell much on the students them, they dwell much on the system. Most of we now they talk say yes, the students them they know they pay attention, then they social media, then this, then that, and all then we see who say yes, then come out and try for protest, say they not make for me then spy or then tight them up and this and that or that. But today what we'll find out is more on the system. Now we found out say because all waiting they talk about now the system. And one side where I see, we're able for sport and see the two people will not be agreed that now Mr. Mew and the minister, now that side for use retired teachers them or senior teachers them as inspectors them for use them for build the system where the minister say, think so. With technological help, he thinks say, then can find their way around.
Okay, here you don't pose two questions then. We not mutually exclusive. To a large extent, I agree with the minister in terms of the system. Because actually he mentioned, he said the system as well as the picking them for blame. But however, why make feel say then they emphasize more on the system? It says, remember say the system, if you're rotting, the picking them, then they become less motivated. Because the system, if they set up a very strategic system, it will help for create, it will be a motivational tool to the student, to the school picking them. For example, like this measures them when they try for put in place now. Because as you have said, to a very large extent, the student them alone they rely on for spy, on leakages, to go past exam. And this has been the common practice. Usai schools them, then they conduct private schools, and then in private lessons, and then in private lessons here, and then they go get leakages. Now, one of the things they will do first and they eliminate these schools lessons that we didn't conduct, because they know say now they the malpractice they start. So this administration don't get rid of that. So you see now the minister talk and clearly say now you get for work hard. And the student they get for work hard, of course, because the system don't make them for let them work hard. You know, sure say you get for work hard now for let you pass the exam. It's not like things as usual. Right? So if the system is rotting, then it's likely possible that the student then they not will get that, you know, they not will get the tool for work with in terms of the resources, the material we then they use. You know, I agree with you. You know, it's a two-way process. We expect the student and back from it, but I feel said the most important thing I have first, let them get the system right. Then we will get that co-creation. Which the student themselves they contribute towards the educational system for make sure say they improve, and also the parent them as well, you know. But the system is more important here, and if you do not get the system right, it will be very difficult. Then Then the area of technology, I don't know if I don't understand what in the minister they talk, but I think so. What they talk now here is this: Mr. Miu Toxi, he said he need competent seasoned teachers them or people that wait a minute in the educational system like principals them for do the inspection, supervision. But the minister talks say the modern technology don't tell you say you don't need all that. I think so what in the try for talk here, they look at them from two angles. One, in terms of modern technology, they help we for do the supervision, for do the inspection. Yeah, like things like these days they do diagnostics on the computer, initial assessment, those things they do on a computer. In those days, it's all paper based. But now, you know, with technology, you're able to do all anything. And then secondly, mostly these principals, the way they talk, but they are retired. For most of them, they lack the technological know-how. They lack the technological know-how. Like if you say you go inspect ICT, you know, it will difficult, it will struggle because these are all seasoned, academia. So they don't know what they look out for. I think say if you look at those two angles, I think say the minister arrived to some extent. I hope say your question answered.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
You don't listen to the interview. You don't listen to Usman Toli own analysis. Waiting you make up of waiting you hear. I open the phone line now. Yes, caller, you dey live on here. You name and who side the call from?
Yeah, I mean, I was friend. I call from Manchester, sir.
Yes, whose friend? Waiting you want laying a table with all with you hear.
Well, a bit boku, but I will try and see if I will be able to squeeze a little bit. I actually follow up most of this conversation, which is very good. The only first server I get for address, where I was upload the minister, where he appreciate say this not for blame APC, not for blame this, let them blame them as the leaders. They are the first side before I get for go. Looking at the education quality in Sierra Leone these days, when you look at this one where they argue for 6334, 6344, and so on and so forth, looking at the past years from where it been introduced, because I want to mention here, to see the 6334, now that one day they not be able to talk back, they not be address them, they just be the argue better. But beaucoup picking if they ask them today in a salon, waiting na this 6334 would they got introduced in 1995 and 1996. Now they introduced them by Christian Atop. But now during the NPRC then time, do this very Julius Maada in time, Now in the employer woman they for can be as a minister who retire from a non-work, he gonna be mother, he left in mother work, he can't join the politics. But that will just go before. The 6334 mainly the primary reason why they introduced an Sierra Leone, then it means they have cut down the time. But a good thing. The 6 years na primary school, the 3 years na junior secondary school, then the 3 years na senior secondary school. Then the 4 years, now when you go to university for good do. Because prior or before the 6334, now 70 class 1 to class 7. When you come out class 7, you go now from 1, from 2, from 3, from 5. Then you begin get lower 6 and upper 6. By then, the upper 6 and lower 6 and upper 6. Now they prepare you if you don't get GCSE, 5 GCSE, for let you, or if you not get all like a 4 you get, for let you prepare yourself for go university. So you know go do what them they call prelim. Them they call them prelim. We go to university like where they go begin the year. So you know go do 4 years na university for do prelim. So they introduced that system been there before the 6334. But when they can introduce the 6334, then put the idea say 6 years na primary school, 3 years na junior secondary school. So the 3 years then go don't identify students them way ripe enough for go ready for go take WAEC by then. We're not WASSCE now. So that 3rd year, if you're not able to get academic status, now the government they intercede now with the school authorities. This person, you know, get academic knowledge. Let you go do vocational course. That is the 3 years. First way they do that was the reason why before you pass there now, you could already for approach a higher education when you GCSE by then. That was the aim. But the other failure with government they may fail last side they not be introduced Boku sideway vocation being the way people are not able for go higher education and go learn a course. That's one thing. So the other side I want to address, they're not never quick now. Now waiting Jomo Kenyatta been do. Primarily when you can introduce this system, yeah, where he said that education for self-reliance, that was in the early 70s. Jomo Kenyatta introduced them. What do you do? You get for make them simultaneously. That means the policies are simultaneous. And at the area that one the minister and for don't look trade. Everything for be simultaneous. When they can introduce this new system of education, simultaneous, that means we get this ready, we get this ready, we get this ready. With the block leakages, with the introduce teachers and for come, we get this ready, we get teaching materials are ready. But it not be look simultaneous. Now for us on side and lack, and it will get for take a while before they go reach side and they reach. Like a library, them in the get outside them in the say and they go lend books. Who been they go lend books in the library? We been get that system there, but now that system not did it. They've got to think about that again. Then the areas backward will just want for throw light finally, and that materials who the government, who the teachers they not get. That is true. But the system when them fail for apply, now like when students they don't sit every year at an exam. Therefore, look into why the students fail these particular exams, the questions they wouldn't answer, how they answer them, what will make them fail. So you come back to the materials who the student then get based on the teachers, then your teaching materials they wouldn't get, then we'll look through the questions they are. Because the examiners, then most of the time now people are waiting inside the country and they choose from different high schools there. So then go look here, then go look, say now, this exam will not fail, so now look next year. Why they fail them? So then we're able for restructure, then teaching lesson notes wouldn't get. Now they're not get teaching lesson notes. So that one day we will help the workshop the way they say they're not available. When they get workshop, they will go sit down, decide why these students they fail these exams. Then the leakages, then are the main thing now. It's just a combination of factors. But the students were not well prepared to go. I will left for maybe Saturday, right. For 2 I will left for other people them. Okay. But let them think about it. The 6334, let them go, they tell the people them. Let them know this is more 6334. What is 6334? Let them tell the nation, the student therefore know. This is the thing we mean. Una 6334. So that when you go university, you're able to do this. Then I left. Sorry about all this. Right. Go down. Okay. So on the Saturday, we'll 11 Saturday. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you.
Yeah. God bless you. Yeah.
Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who the call from?
Yeah, this is Ayo, the call from, yes.
Yes, Ayo, waiting na your contribution, sir.
Well, first thing is this, the first interviewer, Mr. Me also, when they asked him about whether the education system is in crisis, he said he has done the turnaround. He said, well, not really. But if you get over 90% of students then really take an exam fail, that means it's in some kind of form of crisis, and they need to seriously look into that. Why the students over 90% fail. Then he talk about how Nigeria and Ghana come and learn from Sierra Leone, Then we turn around back, they go learn and then start from them on this education system. But the thing is, they learn from us and then sustain and improve on their own, within and learn from us. We only left with, we not improve on our, we let them deteriorate. So that's another thing. So it talks also about the amount of schools. Yeah, if you get over 50, 60 schools, then you get 10 or 15 people there for monitoring the activities. You never get quality because everybody will do what they want to do. Now, come to the minister, yeah, he was blunt in saying exactly like it is. Say the students themselves involved, they pay attention, the system cracks somewhere. But the main important thing is, you see, like every other thing else in Sierra Leone, the politics get involved in education, it make everything just messed up, During the 70s and 80s, when they go to school, the teachers then were very good. Really the teachers never even come out from India, where they can teach science subjects, physics, chemistry, and maths, Students then were passing their test exams then. The teachers then from Naga, most of them was also from Fabi College. They were good. But like I said, politics involved in those areas then they make everything just, putting square pegs in round hole, putting people in places who not qualify. So I just wonder, let them try to fix it, man. I listen to other people, yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Ayo. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you did live on here, your name and who the call from? Yes, you did live on here, your name and who the call from?
Okay, my name na Gugiatu, the call from Norway.
Yes, Gugiatu, waiting na your contribution.
Yeah, we don't listen to the minister, we don't talk with another guy, maybe they with Andy. At least for me, I really appreciate because the minister is bold enough for making enough for the system your problem. For me, I blame the system first, and the teacher and the parents and the even the picking itself with the students them. They all, each and everybody getting on blame day. Because as one audio be the pass, one video from us, so the two of them be the sit the exam, where we be maybe watch them, where like that this school, school exam.
Yes,
Where I see the students then, when they sit again, I just imagine, say, wow, for your future. Now person for beg you for your future, where at least for concern. But so for me, I mean, look, I'm not doubt where I see the result because for me, person they go, they sit again as somebody, they may not know what they do. So I'm not too surprised, but the only thing about disappointing number too high, over 90% for picking and for fail. Now they're not to picking a really good number down there. So it's not easy. So the only thing I'm waiting with is because the minister, they don't see the problem. They don't see the problem. Look at they can syllabus not deep. Now in a big fail force for them. So make we the try for talk say, let me always talk. No one say when we there against the free quality education system, but the thing that when for we don't put in place, now not they in place. And are the kind results that we see so. But I hope and pray and I believe say them try for can put all them things they are so in place, make we watch and see about how the picking and they go. Now, but what make us say I blame the teachers then because they talk the teachers them from the school system, like how the minister said the picking and we do well now this and WASSCE. If you go watch now them Beke level, You dey see say dem do well back. We all be don't live na salon like meet up the system. Pikin dem not even pass beke. Parents allow the pikin for go SS1 and not pass beke. But it allow them in school and they back way teachers and they way they take them brave then they. Maybe they take them bribes and they so let me say they're all involved because when you in a system at that point particular time you then during that system you know what's in the happen they now make me blame them all from the system, the teacher, the parents and the students then I blame them all because recently myself gets one of my young family picking where go SS1 maybe they go school day but we go SS2 it fail and parents say if I go SS3 I say for what if I go SS3 for he say at least the school side so the teachers and they ask for pamphlets and they ask for lessons. I say maybe picking repeat. The parents say no, enough for repeat. I say okay, now you born you picking. But you know go help him. If you repeat and you will able to learn more. So maybe I blame the teacher, the parents say that. Some of the parents they know they accept the picking and fault. When you picking fail, allow them make you repeat, he go learn from the next thing. But really, the system need for put in place. The teachers themselves, I hope when the system put in place, I hope they themselves will play their role. Because like what's more, this leakage is back in Tripoli. This leakage they don't they help the picking greatly. So like now we're in our day, we see how the picking they expose themselves soon. Somebody then go take picking from SS3 for me then go see one thing. For me, I not be able to buy the idea when they say they don't add 1 year more because like how the minister talk, I really support them because if you not all long go with all long start school, you can left one you can left DN1, but you come in the all long go. So for me, I be the only thing about we don't know what thing for we don't do before they make the picking them for go sit so. It's about open play, then go take control, We not get this kind worst results again.
All right, thank you very much. All right, thank you, Gertrude. Thanks. Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who the call from?
Yes, Tripoli. Me na Alusain don them and they call from London.
Yes, Alusain, waiting you are laying at table.
Thank you very much. All the callers them waiting and don't talk. To be honest. Everybody, what they say, it in place from the one day they interview up to Smantoli and the other previous callers, them, everything where they touch on, it in place. But me, the first thing we want to talk about, because already other callers them don't talk a lot about the other issues them where the country need for solve. The question we may ask that Tripoli, I don't know if you get this idea, but why make them bring that system na the country? Because if they talk about the country not straight and they say the system na not correct, I want to ask this question: why them bring that system of scratch card? Who side them pull this scratch card system here, where you don't pay your fees or you not pay your fees, you don't go school, your result don't come out, then for go give you result now, they say 50,000 for go scratch. Who that then they eat this money? Now why can they this money? Not to the internet people in the internet. Because who that then get this scratch card? So now one of the things and the way the government within our power, they pray to God, let them able to go and look into this scratch card issue, make them wipe them out. Because now I don't just get fed up about this scratch card issue. Results come out, you can go for a result, they say scratch card. You tend to sit O level. We don't know what in identity. When you sit O level, when you go take the result in school. That's it, they end the list. And the other thing I want to talk about now that let the righteous know they suffer for the wicked. Because the system be done working from time immemorial, then they still operate the same way wherein the righteous they suffer for the wicked. I know three picking them with them very smart, when not to the same year they sit. When they don't see the results them. And when they see the results, then why can't they go now the school for them and say, okay, we don't see the student results. Then we try can test the student here if you know them pull this kind of results. What thing why they do? Then just they see the results, they say Trankman or Leone. Then they do so the student because the student them will fail when they see the results. They have no power. So do you mean at the base the government within our power now? Let them consider that they as well. When picking a seat exam, because of leakages, they don't rampant in a salon. I make the student they not be get time for read again. We all know that one day. But it doesn't mean if a student gets a flying color result, you get for CSAM. Fair enough. CSAM, we all happy for that. But please, let them go to the school them and find out the students will score this grade. You understand? Let them know, let them pull on. Because like I started tell you, I get million women in Peking where they look after and you watch it, they attend. After they tell you so, the season result. And this Peking, she is always among the first 3 students in her class. The season result. The Peking do well, they don't get a result. So not to discourage them, they discourage the Peking them. So the one day when they do them children do too, they need for correct them. And then like this 6334 system here, we don't need for labor panam. Now the same O-level, A-level system, now and just change. 1990, now the last year away, class 7 began a salon. Like me, I not be 14, now we not be the last student them, we sit selective entrance examination. And then 2008, 1998, they wipe off waiting that system we then call O-level, then count 6334. Now the same thing no more as O-level, because if you day school 6 years from primary school, then 6334, 6 years now secondary school. Now the same thing like when you go from Form 1 to Form 5, you sit. If you result not strong that much, you go A-level, then from there you go university. Now the same system then they bring, you know. But one message we are they send to the students in Sierra Leone that the social media, the internet, it doesn't made for let them go sit down for just the make social media talk, blah, blah, blah. They need for study. They need to study. Study is the key. If you go to school, you know, go take notes for study. You go take them for doing on social media. And no go any help you at all. So I think the students them get a big problem. And just like putting this last call at the talk, the parents themselves get a big role where they need for play to the student them. Because like for the teachers them, they get their own problem as well, you know. So all need to be solved.
All right, thank you,
my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alusain. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and who side the call from?
Yes, good evening. This is Nancy. They call from US.
Yes, Nancy. Waiting, you are laying at table.
Yeah, this education system here we can put so. I believe say the problem is wholly to the teachers them and the system the way they set them up. I say that the system the way they set them up because the schools, the majority of the schools them well last say some of the way even get labs them laboratories the way for do practicals them. They even then one and they're not even well equipped either. They just did it no more, you know. They don't even get everything. So when they go for go do practical, then tell you say count your bus, then put them that shit and other things then they wanna go do. They don't get the equipment then for do other things them for wanna go learn from. So that's one. And then the libraries them, they're not well equipped either. If you see some libraries there, you go there for go do your assignments, you find out say some of the pages they're missing. Who knows, sometimes some of the students then they cut them pages, then they not get the waiting say for check them books, then they and replace some of them one and they so some of them don't they from years, they know they do any updates. So the libraries them back now that thing. And secondly, and third one we make us say the teachers them only if the students them yes, but if the teachers them really do their job, the students then go cooperate. Because if you as a teacher, you know, ask students for money in exchange with marks, that student they go study. You make sure say if that student they fail, he genuinely fail, make he fail. That don't mean say he fool. That just means say he not study well. If he go study back, so he go can't take an exam and pass her next time. So now that's the thing. If these teachers them they know they pick up money from the students then because that we all know say they don't turn as the normal because I go know say things don't really go bad. If students then get the bold mind for come on our streets and demonstrate, say they not allow we shamelessly they not allow we for low we spy so that will go pass. That's when you know say things then really don't go bad. So the government really need this now emergency. They really need for do them aggressively for let them go solve this problem. Otherwise, it go hard for we in us alone. So me they beg this the teachers them let them teach. Do ya they beg them, let them teach.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Nancy. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, Mina Mohammed from Liberia.
Yes, Med from Liberia. Waiting you are laying at table.
Thank you very much for having me and for giving me the opportunity for make me your contribution. We educational system na Sierra Leone been done to get problem for a very, 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 very long time, but it's like we dey get the solutions to the problem now. What been done be the problems of the educational system na Sierra Leone. The WAEC been done be a syndicate of so many examination malpractice. Then been get people then waiting they call agent way they always they set themselves aside for give leakages to groups within the form study groups and send people them for get people a number for send for them leakages na the exams for say come and happy for like you pass. And after that, the people where they mark, the teachers the way they give for mark, when they don't give when they don't give them the paper them for mark, them back get agent them where then they send out say I get so school in paper them for mark for so subject. Then I get this number to this number. Then people and they go come, then sit down, they write the paper. But the government don't begin get the solution to the problem by introducing a conference marking. Way very good for the system. Then la come to the people and where them been there na 98.1 this morning, Mr. Mayo and the Honorable Minister. Mr. Mayo na to all respect due to him and within profession and a very reputable principal and he don't do the teaching profession for a very long time. But to me here today on this program, Mr. Mayo they try for paint picture like he is the best at all time. Like saying na Ingo Ghana go borrow syllabus na in nine they able change things in one way will do things. Or na only the seasoned people they able change things. Like it a campaign for get a job or it a campaign for some of the people them for get a job. But they give solutions to the problem. To me. Give solutions to the problem. Like the minister again, he said then don't just this now just a tip of the iceberg. Then what are the thing where you get for come now? What are the solution to this problem where we get massive failures? What are the improvements? How far will they get for continue with this? So last stop here for now.
All right. Thank you very much, Med. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Yes, this is Mohammed from USA.
Yes, Mohammed. What's your contribution?
Yes, my contribution was one again that the thing will happen. So this exposure will come out. So because of this massive failure also so now this exam we then conduct over 95% of students then fail, which means out of every 10 students we go take this exam, which one way pass completely. It's terrible. And for as far as I'm concerned, I want to commend the government wake up with this free quality education. Because why they say I want to commend them for that? Because you say you want like a free quality education and the government go ahead and institute mechanisms then for ensure say the education will be a quality education. One of the mechanisms the way they institute when I for bring come back good invigilators into exams all now don't expose all this massive failure or don't see so way now a good thing where them do. Because I can remember the time when we sit O-level 96. Not that people they're not in the cheat leakages, they're not in the take place because if I could remember them in the 6 results still then send and the where they can find out, say, people and pass plenty. So, man, where would they go inside exam all up? We see invigilator walk you out, they can inside class again. But now, imagine we come to a time where they say open book exam. 2 students, they go sit and they use 1 exam paper for sit. So the free quality education is really there in place with this system within the institute. I believe, say, with all the exposure now where it don't bring cancer, where we don't see the amount of students that we fail, this go make the government able to bring correctional measures them as to waiting for correct the system. The kind teacher they waiting for employ, the kind thing they waiting for bring in school, we go make sure, say, we'll get the right teacher them, we'll get the students then for concentrate in their studies and go class. And also another thing where I want to bring into life now, the part of the parents then. Yeah, the parents, the roles them of the parents, they again, and other thing we'll get for look into consideration into this massive failure. Before, when maybe they go school, my parents, if I can't host with a result when I fail results, you don't get trouble. Next year, now 1 grade uniform you get. Say you done that year day. They get no good shoes, 1 grade shoes, 9 and go buy for you. But now the parents then, now then they day before for go buy for the students then. Now then day before, I even get auntie where they call me now for tell me I send money for let go bribe for a picking, for let the picking go college. I say auntie when me go college and not bribe. But what fits me the exam they all are not bribe. If not for bribe, no more let you picking go and they send money for them. So the parents can get a very critical role for play as for complement the government in this role for bringing a quality education in our country. Okay, brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, caller ID live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
No, I'm Patrick Sakwa. I call from Germany.
Yes, Patrick, you get a platform. What's in your contribution?
Thank you very much for bringing me on the program. I believe various contributors they don't talk about many things, but for crown everything up is like I read the minister they try to say it and they get for employ 2,000 or 4,000 teachers and train and qualified teachers and you see that then we come back to the point to say salon or national issues and they're all interrelated or connected. We once I feel it affect the whole part. Then teachers away and they bring so not to qualification they not go bribe, not to qualification go make them teach well or train make everything go on well. You understand? If you not pay the teachers well, the layman as alone, the money that they pay, it will feed himself, it will take care of your basic needs. We all don't attend tertiary institutions as alone, don't go through various institutions and like me, so I don't fall victim. You understand? We say teacher they tell you say if you don't attend me lesson, no matter which kind of sense you get, they pass me class, they pass me subject. What in them will bring, what implementation go the way they will come up with, we will cut off that particular issue day. And also the student and the pupils and themselves, that's how we involve, You don't need for attend class before you pass a particular subject. Anybody who is sober-minded, I don't kind of then examine a foreign language like alarm. I get a very good result. Wouldn't even give me prize for that. That don't mean say me na genius. That don't mean say me now. You don't need for go see leakage before you pass an exam. This na your own future. Na your own future. Na your own self they try for peer. You understand? The people them simply they're not just determined. If they get determination, if you get determination for anything, no matter how hard it is, you must achieve your dream, no matter how long it takes. The problem is then too much that go comment, they're consistent from one point to another. You see, 90% of students then fail. Let me just imagine how much million or billions they don't put in this free education. So all that money don't just go in vain. What thing we go do the next time in the future for preventing things and they let them not happen? These are some of the questions that the leaders and for the ask. What thing are they saying? They actually need for go to a drawing board. They make a survey, not to one place. The teachers and the students, them, the salaries they're willing to pay them. All entity, then you for actually come with a system and go far. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller ID live on here. Your name and who side the call from?
Yeah, thank you very much, AAA. I name Harun. I the call from Boston.
Yes, Harun. What you are laying at table?
Yeah, I got a few things the number one I want to touch on. But first, I want to start with the beginning. The beginning where they go school. I want to start with them first. Because no matter all this one for local will educate them. If they're not ready for let them concentrate or pay attention to what education mean. Now for nothing strain with the strain. Because anything at this world, now when you determine, now you will succeed, madam. That's now one. They picking them get big fault. Right now, if you go see any of them picking them, they get phone right now. Now that they concentrate pan. And if it's self-waiting and they concentrate, whether they watch. Not of course saying that education something, oh. Now something different. Man, business, other things, and then they watch per tablets or phone. Not so for educate themselves, because if you get internet, yes, if you look phone, you can able to check, Google something there where at least you not be understand where it will help you small. But not so down there then they look at. Different thing. Number two, when we talk of discipline, we be no first term with your time. Discipline help out for we own school time. But right now, let teacher try self a talk and picking the kind way they try for motivate picking for let it go do more. If that picking they go let you complain to in parents there, can't see what thing will meet you the teacher. Can't see. If not like ask other people that they will tell you. But who teacher the day they don't face in their embarrassments the day and they help you picking. Then you come back again for comfort saying not so that they are bringing a comfort now for do it. Can you imagine how the picking go land? Because it not very well for say anything we can tell you against the teacher, you ready for fight the teacher. And the teacher says, we don't understand that, you go see different things. And I go pay much attention. These parents, they get for stop that. They get for stop her. For say, when teacher they try for help, they get for give that teacher the total support. Other than for basher. Say, you are not being account for the imena. Right? That now not the other part. This fail where the PTA fail so. For me, I believe say na test case that one day for the future. Anything at this world, AAA, you start from the past and go to the future. That one day you know that's not the thing. If we they say all the time say but that they don't pass law, not talk about that. It's not correct. Now from the past, if they build up for go to the future. One thing when we see this fail, where them PKR they fail, now something they prove so for say something be wrong. Something be wrong. And it's a fact for say something be wrong. They picking there, as long as you get money, you they pass. Then you're nothing not the polar. As long as you get money, you they pass. But this time, when they try for strict everything, you see how the last 6 days for sure for say something be wrong. And now I believe say from this they can take them from there and do other things then. Right? Now then they me believe, you know. So at least make we pray for the country if at all we they try for change things there. All this education business we don't put so first time where education be okay. And now it don't come be different so. So
thank you very much, Aaron.
Lord we support.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who side the call from? Yes, caller on WhatsApp. You live on here. Your name and who side the call from?
Yeah, me and Mohammed from Turkey.
Yes, Mohammed from Turkey. Waiting, you are laying at table.
First of all, I have to recognize the presence of the minister and the other big people and more than they around them. And also one for plenty thank you to the people and we contribute from different parts of the world. I will make my own contribution with regards to the present topic where we debate on or where we share ideas among. I want to say, first of all, hello? I would say this, from a student perspective, I would say this is a disgrace to my own country, regardless the fact that I study in Turkey presently under the Turkish government scholarship. For your then can news here first alone, turn me off, where I get them can news here, say 90% of the people them, we participate for the WASSCE exam, then able to do well. Now we stop for attack the student their own personality, saying these people they know not hard working student them. These people know they read notes. This know they do this. Maybe not because they come with a system where they try to implement new strict rules them for engage the student them, so they will try to avoid malpractices. Okay, that's not a fine system. I don't get problem with the system. They totally, in favor of the system because now a way for professionally prepare the student them for going to university, which is very, very fine. But that no means say, if a system like that, don't come because of the malpractice. What about the student them where they get A's in we don't term them in school, like 2008, 2009, 2010. What about those students them during that time? Those students who are called for making them defend the result, then they don't defend them and get doubt on them. So you want to say even if cheating be the happen, then people and didn't help them go. But if the people are able to go and represent the country somewhere, even get scholarship go abroad, and we still they do good now in universities, them, mean say, the teachers them will, be impact this knowledge in we now. Increase people because me they put on so if the new government will we get then come up with a system wherein the need for shuffle say so they don't talk we don't put them say then the shuffle teachers them will not get certificate or the requirement for teach. Well now I believe say this part of the world where we live where we believe say now then they make decision for we will see if we do by and we will see in Europe the Western world. I believe say them people there where we even make them kind of comparison than they, or we even make them kind of statement than they, or begin to put them kind of blame than they on just students them, But what about the teachers them? Now you don't come pull people and when they get experience. Now we talk about experience. Obaya, no matter your degree, I let you get PhD, then care more about your experience than your degree where you all. So which means you experience, people need an experience where you take from them, so just because they don't get the certificate, you can put people and when we call, where they make comments, where I refer them to a square pegs, the people didn't get qualification, but do you know how they get their qualifications? Say corruption then at the country, even when they buy them qualification, now you can't take them because of them get the required documents, replace them with people we get the experience and actually get the required documents, the required experience where it takes for put a Pekin and teach them, because for teach a Pekin not to just for good up and begin the tell story. You therefore know what you talk. Me as a student, and if I know, say are the benefits from this particular thing or this particular thing where this man they teach me, nothing where they educate me. Because me self need for digest them, for me can put into practice tomorrow, for me can help me country in another way I feel say I will help them. But if me the student know they learn anything from waiting the teacher they teach me. How you go expect me for even go read books, because the beginner need guide for make them study. But if you able to give them guide, then you expect say, okay, now then laggardness make them dead. No, that's not true. This is not the fault of the system. Make the minister understand this. Make them go tell the power, make them talk to the president. Make this at the appeal on behalf of all the international students them. And all we the poor picking them within a salon way still the fed for poor education. Okay. First of all, are they against of that free education system within Kau to get a lot of graduates that within the streets na salon, we no get work, them for don't job opportunities and for the for at least the people who go school na salon, make them get self for teach and at least the knowledge we don't get na universities them make them able care and go that decide the way them fit for work. working in the country, the teachers, they work, we get qualified people, and we get graduate them upon graduate. People in the run, graduate and they run at the country, they use migrant ways for waiting. Now because job opportunity knows they. Why we not use that funding? Why we not use that funding for people to create jobs first?
I think we'll go for 40 years first because other people learn it. But thank you very much, yeah. Thank you very much, yeah. Yes, caller, you did live on here. Your name and who the call from?
My name is Falasewa. I call from London.
Yes, Falasewa from London. Waiting na your own contribution.
My own contribution is that I ask the government for let them ban all Nigerian movie in that country. There. The reason why I say so, you see parents with them picking there. Time for let them go study. Then they sit down and they watch Nigerian movie. If you go salon right now, the way people in the speak English, like say, Nigerian state. How now? Now what do they do now? And they say, really? So the one that says when they travel, then they speak like Nigerians. At times where I can talk to them, I ask them, you know Israeli. They say, I don't know. I say because of the way they speak. Why would they copy the Nigerians? You take for the government TV station, then they play Nigerian movie. You go to the other private stations there, Nigerian movie. You don't ever see Israeli old newspaper for read. I remember when I go college. My teacher tell me, say, Mr. Sarah says, he said the best way for improving your English, keep reading the newspaper because you learn new words the way they come up every day. I said, really? He said, yes. What can you see that is here? Awesome. The boy is going to school. Teacher is doing, I laugh. One school we're impressed with. Now a British school where they by Peninsula. Oh my God, when a student they speak English, I say, really? So then get to school na salon. The English is so sound. A day by the Peninsula and British, I don't know if they say now sign wherever school they call it, the day by the Peninsula. The student already speak English. You really notice the English is different from the other speaking there. But call on Africa, you go see the Nipa Nigeria movie. All side the Nipa Nigeria movie. How the Nigerians they speak. That's all the picking and now na salon themselves they speak. Me if you left to me one, then ban Nigeria movie na salon. Okay. Let me take that.
All right, thank you very much. We don't close the phone line. Yes, caller, you did live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Hello, Nami?
Yes, you did live. Your name and who side you call from?
I'm named Kuruma. I call from the United States.
Yes, Kuruma. Waiting na your own contribution.
Triple A, this result will come out where the nation can get this massive failure. I'm not just know why people in they look surprised over this incident. We get the indication. Can you imagine for spy, they don't be like human rights. Beginning of the demonstration, no. Therefore, allow them to spy. So that just be the show, so they not be ever prepared, for the exam. But it kind of look ridiculous, where the result don't come out, people then still they try for connect to politics. So you see, la paupa. How paupa can clean the system up. And now because paupa determine for make quality education in the country, now that they couldn't begin see. Then indications there. I'll let me know, people and they blame students and students, not just somebody, where you want the way emotion. I get the boss when they tell me say every living thing on earth they look for advantage. That flower, when you plant it, you power. You again everything else. Where it grow. You find out say it bend the head to us, who say it get the chlorophyll. Why? I mean, it's like we all know the connection between plants and sunlight. That it is bending here. You know, the students, you don't need to blame them. Each and everybody will take advantage of the situation. They taking the example where we see again before this. Can you imagine law student in a college? This is just like to say, you know, when I done the, I wish we universities instead they take external exam or regional exam. Maybe for every theory was passes. Even despite my university, I mean, we can't get any kind of results here. Why this would be a surprise to me? Then now, you know, people in the talk say, you know, oh no, the government starts and quick, blah, 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 and before 2 systems. So along each and every sector in that country, they look rotten. If this government before say, you know, like everyone in a deep priority to, you know, like drop the same crime for on the crime. Now, let me appreciate this government. Let me appreciate them. Like just that. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Koroma. Thanks. Yes, caller, you dey live on here. Your name and who you call from?
Thank you very much. I call from Australia. I mean, I concerned citizen.
You get a platform.
Thank you, sir. And let we listeners them understand, say, which are the factors the way they make somebody fail exams. You get one of the factors that where they lead for people for fail exams. And most of the time, it's squarely based to one, the school itself. Second, the teachers. Third, the parents. Fourth, the people where they go take the exams. So squarely, the responsibility of this performance of the students then squarely lies on them categories of people there or sex people that are called into the category. Now they're responsible for the performance of these exams here. This has nothing to do with government. Because we as a people, when you go to school, you get your responsibility for take notes, listen to your teacher, which you don't understand, you ask your teacher and study. You as a parent, when you begin come from school, you get a responsibility for motivate them for study. You as a teacher, you get a responsibility for cover your syllabus and make sure that you give a lot of tests them to the students then for prepare them very well to an exam. Then the school institution, the principal, get a responsibility for say you oversee the performance of teachers then, whether they get the right material to the beginning. So this is a collective responsibility and not lie to one person. So now what the government go do? The government will set up an investigating team for go into the institutions here and see how teachers they teach, how principals they relate with the teachers them, what are the structures them where the schools they are put in place for make sure they cover syllabus, they make sure they conduct a lot of tests them for prepare them prepare for the exams them. Then again, it's not how much picking them again they pass exams. It's about the quality you get for look at. If first people in the pass wherein we see a range of amounts of people who they spy. When they get people they conduct examiners, they conduct syndicate classes them, they give leakages them so they prepare. But where this government can, they can't put a halt into that and scare people not for do that kind of thing. So if you see the results drop this kind of way, you go factor that also say the government try and best for make sure say they restrict the amount of spy where they take place during the past years then where students they count a lot of population where they pass the exam than where they fail the exam. So you get for factors all this together. How we get for move as a country? We the students will get for motivate to students. You be brother or sister and host. You get for tell the brother or sister when they go school for study. If you and mama, you get for tell the picking for study, make you go school, make you avoid Facebook, avoid social media, focus in education. Avoid WhatsApp, avoid when political thinking now, too much talk of politics, focus on your own future. You know, people they consume a lot of time now in politics, even than for study or for do important things. Now Sierra Leone, normal not all politician. The primary school became now not all politician. Thank you very much. Now thanks for the good job that they do.
You're welcome.
But we all get a responsibility for motivate people for study and teachers for cover the syllabus. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you. On that last note where this last caller just talk, I just want to remind we what thing happen where they talk about social media. I want to make you know see there's a package in Sierra Leone. When are the cheap one way most people when not get money they use. That package they a cover for the internet, a cover Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram and Twitter. na in the package they cover. If you want search anything at Google, in all day. So now I make you go find out, say, you see a lot of people where then they on WhatsApp, then they on Facebook, because they have a package for that. Now I make most of them now they. I will make mention now the other time where I say the kind way where it's more like the Sierra Leone number. The kind way people and they misuse this Wisalo number here. You go see them add in a WhatsApp group when not only about sex and about na naked business, na course, like different WhatsApp group and gets them. People and they talk say, you remember the time before the exam. You don't listen to the voice note, so you don't begin come on after the failure. I can't even play that in here. Because the kind cost them we did it. You go doubt if na students them. You go doubt. So I think say the government for able for help the students them back for do more research online, then get for work with them mobile company them, for give us access to people that we want for use search engines like Yahoo, Google, and all this rest, for make them add on to them, then package them, or else nothing not get for change. Somebody call say, oh, we for read newspaper. You don't check the newspaper then as alone. Not all the newspapers, but most of the newspapers then as alone. Now like WhatsApp no more. Most of the stories them now WhatsApp then they get a. Then get on a WhatsApp, then put on a paper, then sell. So waiting one for say now the same thing they circulate on WhatsApp, now ending at the newspaper them. Now ending at the newspaper them. So it's this one a collective effort of everybody. We not get for blame the students them alone. Here is people are saying, oh, then they're on social media, then they're on social media, then they're on social media. But if we get for land, say, even waiting they teach them not to the right thing for go take the exam. Not to the right thing. Then they teach them based on past examination papers them. Then they teach them. So how you expect them for pass? When are based on past examination papers, they don't have a lesson plan. They don't get a work plan. They don't get something, a syllabus for teach them. So it's like the teacher then come, then provide their own guesswork. Then there was a system where the teachers them and the students them under Yuki, then we don't put in place where they make pass the pass. Because why not only now we for land say they not get syllabus? Why not only now? Why we not learn that from the time we syllabus study? Because the Yuki business we don't they take place where it don't solve the area for the syllabus. So that one day not get for big problem. Syllabus or no syllabus, when the paper come, una can sit back and that's it. We get for see inside the educational system, anti-corruption be get for come inside. Among students then they no arrest. Among teachers then they no arrest. So it was a systemic problem. It was. And for everything, just like how the anti-corruption boss can say corruption they fight back. For everything we then put in place, you get people them where they try for beat the system. Then go to the extent they even go now WAEC, then go arrest some people them. So it was a chain walk. So because all in chains and they don't cut. Now we see the exposure. This exposure, we can't just say yes, the free quality education, it's a pass. We get a pass mark. Because the free quality education itself it just told the line of waiting be they happen. Because when they say quality, if they don't say, how can we make this free education really a quality one? Then they go land say, hey, there is no syllabus. We have to work and create something like a lesson plan, like all these things. We need those things. But we just can't just say, oh, it's something of a quality just because we see them. How many teachers then, they don't get training? When was the last time they create a teacher's training session? When was the last time they assessed the teachers then? Even the exam paper, the way they use. When was the last time they said, let we reassess with the impact them picking with? So everybody gets a part for play Naya. Everybody. And me want for advocate say, them packages them, the internet packages them. If they want to then disable the WhatsApp, then disable the one, then give them the search engines them. Maybe then able go there and use them. Work in this salon, most of the places where I can go, I get some Wi-Fi. Some students they don't know me now. As we reach it and say, hey, the Wi-Fi they do allow connect, I get something for download. Because internet back na salon na money. But what kind of system would they teach the picking them? Now that one for cram and pass, or another one for able for research and build up from waiting you get away the teacher impact. So school like open the 16th of September. Well, the minister don't tell we say they get bokutin there then they put in place. They say now they get forget inspectors them. The inspectors then they get forget bike, they don't buy the bike them and everything. But if they inspector then they not pay them well, they not get sincere people. We don't need to talk about this program. For be patriotic in everything we do. If we are not patriotic in what we do, I let them find any kind person then able for corrupter. There are certain jobs then you get forget a calling for them. And teacher, now one, you get for love the job. Because at the end of the day, they not get for pay you with the kind of impact they make in our lives, then they not get for pay you. But that small one within they give you, even though it not go able for satisfy you, because you self na parent for another school picking. If you get the love of the job, you can able for deliver. So we really need everybody we responsible for come on board. We don't know what's in at the government stand the way forward after this. We don't know. Because yes, they lock leakages, yes, they lock the system, yes, they lock, but I think say number one priority first and get a syllabus so they get for work with. Because without syllabus, no matter what you teach the picking them, if they not get the syllabus, we WAEC the draw question on. Remember the last time we did interview the higher and tertiary education minister. He said then they look to an extent where then self salon self one gets their own examination for compete with WAEC their own. But we you know this kind yuki business. You think say if salon gets their own examination for compete with WAEC, it go work? Or WAEC is just a money making? Any system we talk na salon, at the end of the day, waiting and go say it needs overhaul. Overhaul. So we just hope say waiting then go bring calm for able for solve this problem so that the next examination they really come with this school year open. Because Beke you no come on too. Where Beke go come on now? What do they expect? Beke you no come on it. Now just the worst now don't come on so fast. NPSC then try. Where something they no infiltrate better now they small one than they their own. But let we wait till Beke come on, let we hear how we get for come on. We hope say the free quality education as you don't take the drive, it go able for deliver. The thing that we go make, we all glady. Say, na so is supposed for be. Because we need an salon. Now the locked today on program. We go there again tomorrow. You will want go salon, but you feel say visa now and you not get salon passport and foreign passport you get. As from the 5th of September. The 5th of September. You'd able to get visa for $80 when you reach Nalunge Airport. You reach Nalunge Airport, you pay you $80, then give you visa on arrival. $80. You will get foreign passports. Not the one that we did in the ECOWAS. Una know una safe. Not so we na the ECOWAS. Una know una safe. We will learn passports then the na $80 now. So you no need for send and go na embassy, begin call no. Na salon you reach, you get $80, you get your visa. As from the 5th of September. And say then do for attract tourists. Well, we will get for left landing for another day. Because Banjul, then are free. We say na $80 and we attract tourists them. It's good. Na good start. Then they not say just not they glad for. It's a good start. But na $80 na the airport. So no matter how much you can pay any other side, if you go Salon Airport, $80. So if you're not possible, you can cross with the sea coach and everything, just take and say, how much than where you reach no man, $120. 80 for visa, 40 for cross, then remember, so you get for come back for pay the 40. But you not get for pay the 80, you already turn back anyway. But $80 now. I think say, It's a good one. We dey wait for the day we go count 20 take and free. Now that's the day we dey wait for. We go there again tomorrow and see what we go call in a table. Till we meet again. Tiki Polisi. Tata.